This case is just one chapter in the story of Muslim persecution in India, and unfortunately, the themes are much more devastating and hold deadly consequences. The themes of genocide. As of now, Genocide Watch, a global organization dedicated to the prevention of genocide, has issued 2 alert warnings of a possible genocide of Muslims in India. That's 200 million Muslim Indians. That's more than the population of Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Yemen, and Syria combined. But how? How did we get to this stage? How did we come so close to the brink of total genocide? This is a story of Hindutva. Hindutva is a Hindu nationalistic ideology that dates back to the 19th century. The term was coined by Vinayak Damodar Savarkar in the early 20th century to mean Hinduness. He was a great admirer of a fellow you may have heard of, Adolf Hitler. He said, India should follow the German example to solve the Muslim problem. Foreigners. If you haven't caught on yet, this possesses a problem to the 14% Muslim population of India. Pause. It's important to note here that Hinduism is not the same as Hindutva, and not all Hindus support the Hindutva movement. Hindutva manipulates Hinduism as a political weapon for strategy. Okay, unpause. So the RSS came to end the leader of the BJP in 2014 when the leader of the BJP party was elected Prime Minister of India. His name, Narendra Modi, and he is still the current Prime Minister of India. What's concerning about the victory of the BJP winning the election is that its main political campaigning revolved around weaponizing Islamophobia. This election signaled a fundamental social and political shift for 207 million Muslims in India. In his youth, Modi was a member of the RSS, which explains the connection the BJP to Hindus and the Hindu religion. By propagating this, the BJP has found reasons to pass policies that seek to marginalize and discriminate against Muslims. These laws include preventing beef consumption, restricting Muslim immigration, and purportedly countering Islamist terrorism. All these things are bad, sure, but is it genocide? According to researchers and experts, yeah. And if you don't believe it, we're going to show you how. We mentioned previously an organization called Genocide Watch. We also said that they have recognized a process of genocide that constitutes 10 stages. We're going to walk through these stages and show you just how the current laws, policies, and regulations of the ruling BJP party compare. We're going to show you just how close India is to a full-scale genocide and by Muslims. The consumption of beef is prohibited in some states, even though India is one of the top exporters of beef in the world. Hindutva mobs conveniently forget this whenever they catch Muslims transporting, selling, and consuming beef. Now, Muslims are... Take Home Minister Amit Shah, for example. He likened Muslims to termites eating the food that should go to the poor. Even in religious conferences, Muslims aren't free from Hindutva bigotry, where calls for genocide and ethnic cleansing are openly called.
मुसलमानों को मारने के लिए तलवार की आवश्यकता नहीं होगी। आपको टेक्निक में उनसे बहुत आगे जाना होगा। वो बहुत अच्छे हथियार लिए हुए बैठे हैं। हथियार उठाए बिना धरती की कोई कौम ना तो बच सकती है और ना ही कभी बचेगी।
Stage 5. Organization. Millions of screens across the country. Take for example this guy, Arnab Goswami. His channel runs on false, divisive, and inflammatory reporting. One of his fairy tales framed Indian Muslims as being responsible for the spread of the COVID virus to target the Hindu population. I kid you not. Even active social media personalities and groups have gotten away with literal murder as a result of Facebook turning a blind eye to anti-Muslim hate speech. Stage 7. Preparation. All this determination have led to this. Just look at this clip of this senior member of a right-wing Hindu nationalist party calling for her supporters to kill Muslims to protect the country. But for boots on the ground, you need to look no further than occupation of Muslim-majority Jammu and Kashmir. In 2019, India controversially positioned and stationed 600,000 troops to occupy the disputed state. Since then, there have been reports of arrests, torture, rape, and murder of Kashmiri citizens. Police encounters and citizen disappearances are routine, and the freedom of the press and movement is restricted. The Simon Scott Center for the Prevention of Genocide released a 2023 report. It ranks India as being the 8th highest risk of a new mass killing. History has taught us that genocide is very real and can happen anywhere, whether it be in Europe or India. But to be taught by history means that you need to study it first. And for that matter, we have a lot to learn so that genocide can be prevented in India or in any other place in the world. And if you're not convinced yet, then think about this. Right now, Muslim Indians total 200 million. So if genocide occurs on a national scale, then this would make it the largest number of people exterminated in any genocide in history. Think about that. May Allah save the Muslims in India from their suffering and bring peace and unity to a fractured nation. Ameen.